What's happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here, coming in with a nice little short vid today. Just a little update for how the clan has been doing. We were just on a nice win streak here, only to be shut down with a couple wars to a 148 to 150 loss back to back. And now we're back on the horse again, going into this CWL week. We've all dispersed into our clans for the week, and I thought I would just do this video while I still had some time. Let's dive into it right away. We've got a few attacks to show here today, nothing too crazy. But with this video, we will begin at the top once again, and as usual with Pat. Coming in on a very widespread base here right now, the 12 to 3 o'clock area. He's starting everything in, and nice and slowly, he has always coined his ability to get that overgrowth spell down to make sure that these defenses have not activated quite yet as the attack is underway. Slowly pushing forward onto those heals, the Root Riders press on and move forward with everything. The Rages come down, busting out evenly across each side of the base here and trying to fill in where needed. Nice to have heroes on, or have the King up there to help support. We got those other heroes like Queen kind of following up from behind. Royal Champ working its way here on the right side of the base. Everything moving forward into this final compartment where we have a lot of things to deal with in that last end of the base there. Lots of defenses, lots of damage coming in on those troops. However, we still have the Warden ability, which we are saving here, holding it and saving it until the very end. Now finally we have popped that here, and we are going to let those heroes do their work, get in there and clean up those final defenses and get that work done. Pat coming in with a big one. He also got another triple here for this war as well, so that is looking good. Brilliant little attack right there, the overgrowth spell doing its job as usual. Number 3, these are a lot of spam Root Rider attacks here today, so once again, they're still working. Kind of a centralized-ish Town Hall base. Kind of a big widespread box base, starting everything up there at the 10, 11 o'clock area. And really, we're just cramming all of those troops in a short space, and we're going to watch how exactly they're carving out the hole in this base, even under that poison. And there's a lot of defenses up there trying to take down all those troops, so we are going to pop that ability nice and early, and things are going to move forward here under that Warden Tome. We busted in that rage. Those troops are moving forward now, heading up toward the Town Hall, and the troops still doing their job, just pummeling a hole right through that core. So then we can fill in with Royal Champ on the outside. Always a smart idea to follow up with Royal Champ. Typically it's going to be on a side that you know there's going to be enough coverage and things that are going to be able to help assist the Royal Champ here to help tank while those troops are working around. We have everything working into the final areas of the base. Royal Champ still hero of the match, taking down and sniping all those defenses as other things are still pressing forward here. It's just a matter of overwhelming those defenses, and that's what Root Riders are doing such a good job. That's why we're loving them so much, as they are able to get in there and do a lot of dirty work. Now we have completely carved out a hole in the base, and we have a nice little kill squad working its way around the outside. Again, the use of those E-Titans are really, really nice, especially in this part of the attack. They've helped tank early, and the ones that are surviving are now going to be able to push around the outside. They have the ability to be tanky, kill any of those extra, maybe Skelly spell traps. They assist with just tanking those extra defenses that sometimes would pick off heroes nice and early. Other than that, Queen's able to move forward, do her job, clean up all those defenses very nicely. And King's still with that ability, of which it's kind of an awkward... King pops the ability here and is ever so slowly working across the top side of the base right there. Forward and forward they go to victory. They do not stop until victory is achieved. And again, there's just really nothing much more to say about this. If the base gets overwhelmed, if those heroes can stay healthy, they're going to get in there and maintain the damage and, you know, be able to follow through very nicely. All about keeping those heroes alive, or at least a portion of them. especially your king and queen. And Royal Champ is going to get in there and do her job as well. Into that final defense is going to go down. Thank you to the queen. And this base is dead as well. Drum getting it done on number 3 today. Number 4, we'll jump right over to Ant, where we have, guess what? Another Root Rider spam. This time, 3 overgrowth spells. Very typical style base right here. Pretty evenly spread defenses, lots of single target infernos. Working our way across the outside right there, making sure to allow those troops to get in and do their job as well. The P.E.K.K.A.s are working their way around the outside, helping to tank, and we are pushing in at 3 o'clock here, coming in strong. And this is where the attack really, you can kind of tell how well you're going to do based on how well this start goes. And once that ability is used, obviously the goal here is to do as much damage as possible, as those troops are splitting a little bit more on the north side right there. But they're going to move in, and again, everything is full health. So this attack at 40% right here, we have troops completely healthy. We still have 2 overgrowth spells, which are just going to continue to drop on those defenses near the town hall. And this whole base is going to be worked. By the time those troops still are in no danger whatsoever, they're still extremely high health. Everything's able to get picked off around the outside. Royal Champ picked off on the top right there. Another overgrowth spell goes down, allowing those troops to go around and still just do what they do. They're opening up holes and they're picking up all of these extra outside defenses. And then at the very end, we're going to use one last overgrowth spell just to make sure, if we haven't cleaned things up yet, we got that heal. We're cleaning up that big cannon. The queen goes down. The heal is dropped, so everything all getting right back up to full health. That very last overgrowth spell goes down, and here we have a rage, a king ability, and a whole just warrior force of those Root Riders that are just going to take a minute and pause and say, hey, I think we've done a good job here today. And then all of a sudden it's going to hurt really quickly. We're going to drop that rage, and we're going to blast through all those defenses here in just one fell swoop. King ability goes down, all hell breaks loose right here, and things go crazy. Underneath that invis tower, they're going to save that town hall for last, and it doesn't even matter because they've overwhelmed absolutely everything in that base, and no matter where we're at right here, we are going to be able to pick off those last couple defenses. Completely annihilating everything around the town hall area. Ant gets it done. An amazing job by Ant there. Where are we at? Let's go down to 9. Just a couple more, guys. This is a short one here today. Been very busy, unfortunately. Life calls, and I have to answer sometimes, as much as I don't like the concept of that. That's just how it goes, so I'm continuing my season in the kids softball, and anyways, we're going to get as much action as we can when we can, while I am busy here in the midst of everything. We are dropping here along the top side of this base. Once again, kind of a flat-sided base, big old box. I always hate doing any style of attacks with such a wide spread. For me, it doesn't work as well, and for these guys, well, they make it happen. They make it work. Keep your eyes on that super dragon that pops out of the clan castle right there. That is going to be one of the major causes of success in this attack, as we have those standard bowlers. Stu loves the bowlers, and I love that he loves them as well. They are super useful and extremely underused. They do so much damage when they have the ability to have something out in front tanking for them. Something like Root Riders that are going to be there to absorb the damage, and everything's still moving forward as he uses the overgrowth spell in that last little quarter of the base. Everything else is going to go down around the outside here. Unfortunately, we had to deal with that Town Hall poison, but still, we are kind of waiting for things to come up here. There isn't much to talk about until that overgrowth spell expires. Everything else going down just fine. Those final troops available, a nice freeze there over everything that is going to do immediate damage. The one downside of these bowlers is they sure do go down very quickly. Heaven forbid a scatter shot attaches to them. It's not going to be a very good life for them at that point. But at this point, you cannot expect bowlers to make it this far into the base. They are really early to mid-game use style troops. Again, very useful for things like heroes to come in and do the job to clean up behind them. Other than that, Stu did, he's done an amazing attack. His attacks are great, and it is fun to watch his attacks. I love to see anything different, even if it is just a different variation of Root Riders. Stu's done it again, and he's he's got his own strat right here, and I have to respect that. Anyone who can kind of make up their own strat, even off of a meta or whatever you want to call it, that is something to be proud of. So, 2 more attacks. Yours truly, lucky number 13. I try and hit it as much as I can because it is indeed my lucky number, and just so happens my lucky base. I love hitting this base or similar variations of it. We're doing the standard kill squad separate and then Root Riders on the side. And this base, again, this is made for what I love and enjoy. So getting a nice little pathing setup right there, setting in the golem. Hopefully we can be able to get through the clan castle. If we can make it up to the clan castle, that is a mission complete for my heroes. And that is a significant amount of damage wiped off the board. And also a decent setup for the Root Riders pathing toward that town hall. It gets a little bit awkward over there when we get into the core. So I really rely on those heroes to get as deep as they can so they can take help make up the pathing that is required for those Root Riders to go the right direction, or else things do go bad. It does start to kind of slow down. There were some traps to deal with. We have those 2 multi-archer towers. It really does kind of come down to the heroes that are left to be able to pick some things off. At this time, we know when that steam is running out, we are going to proceed with that Root Rider run. Root Riders coming in here at the bottom and on the side. We're keeping those Skelly spells, keeping things busy. Queen has to be taken care of, which is no problem at all. Pushing forward, we're going to get a rage up here. Kind of missed that freeze right there. Whoops. But we do get that rage up there, so we can make sure those troops are moving in quickly. We had to freeze that center Inferno Tower. Once that poison comes down, we want them to take a little bit of damage before we pop that ability. Ability popped, rage popped. Let's get in there and deal with that town hall here as soon as possible. The goal was to try and avoid the town hall explosion with the troops, which I guess by default they did. Thanks to the tornado trap that was able to move things off to the outside. Queen's able to snipe things on the outside. Oh, what a journey she has been on. Royal Champ does go off on her own. She is going to go down here early, but not before dropping in a significant amount of damage on those defenses and the enemy Royal Champ. Root Riders that are left are going to be fine. They see victory in the future right here as they're marching slowly, ever so slowly, to those defenses and what is left there on the field. And again, no threat right now. Those Root Riders have stayed healthy the whole time, so that's what's going to allow them to be able to sit there and tank endless shots from the Royal Champ until she is brought down by the enemy Queen. Queen pops ability. We are in cleanup mode here. It's the craziest stories I've learned with my attacks. I've learned to watch the Queen. The Queen starts as one of the first troops deployed on the field with very little support. I mean, other than the King, of course, and a Golem. But Queen does the weirdest things, and she ends in the strangest areas. I found that with the Frozen Arrow, it actually is proving to be extremely useful with the Queen, because she's going to be able to clean up and be able to take on any head-on defenses or strong point defenses and be able to overcome them without any issues. So I am very happy with what the Queen is doing out there. And where did she go? There she is. Are we going to get it? Nope, we're not able to use the equipment. Anyways, the Frozen Arrow, I believe, is one of the most underrated equipments for the heroes. She has gotten herself out of so many issues with no need for the heals or whatever else, is involved. Does a really good job working the way around that. So, last attack of the day, Warlock. Now, Warlock, where are the 7 to 8 healers that you usually use, sir? I don't know who you've been watching, but we have three overgrowth spells. Usually Warlock is going to start with some kind of a 3-prong attack. with multiple healer walks, multiple heroes in different directions, recall spell, everything. He has left that behind, and in this war and in recent wars, he has been using this style of an attack, which is pretty standard to what the other boys are using here in the clan, and always finding a way to make it happen. I mean, if it works, it works. So let's get things forward. Again, this is one of those style bases with the kind of the diamond shape or the box. He's coming in on the point, so things get really weird here, and troops will tend to go around the outside. And now this is what Overgrowth Spell is for. Now, in the past, the troops would spread really awkwardly, have to push up the middle. Some of them would go up the middle, some of them would go around the outside. Well, in this style of attack, he is forcing them all around the outside. That's going to make sure and set them to purpose nice and early, and make it so they don't split and all have to die on those core defenses. We just continuously freeze them over and over again, or overgrowth them, whatever you want to call it, over again, and have them deal with all these outside defenses. If they're just working their way around the ring of the base, that other overgrowth spell is going to be up here fairly soon. So once that third one drops, you're going to notice that those troops have all caught up to everything else. King Pop's ability, everything goes down, and once again, we're going to be sitting around waiting a little bit here, because those other defenses are down, no threat to anything whatsoever. So those troops slowly work their way up, and you will notice the one common thing here, and that is we're going to have a rage spell left over for when all hell breaks loose in the middle. It's really cool to see this style of an attack, and really downright awkward when you're looking at all the troops just sitting there and waiting. Even the biggest defenses on the field are still sitting there, and these troops are like, nah, well, we're cool, we're gonna wait for this one. So they take that out, and under that rage spell are able to deal with those final defenses. So Overgrowth Spell, I think, can allow you to do a lot more than you think you are capable of doing. They keep you very strong, and that's really cool to see. It's just kind of a different order of things. So thanks everyone for checking out the video. We're going to get another one done here probably after the CWL week with some news and important interclan things that we are going to be going over here once the CWL season is over. And we will catch up with everyone then. This is Fallen from OTB signing off.